Square Enix has announced a 3-year reboot plan to rejuvenate the company. And can we admit why now? Can we just say it? Can we address the elephant in the room that everybody knows, right? That Square Enix has been sucking ever since anything after Final Fantasy 12? That Kingdom Hearts 3 was freaking unplayable because it's just push the button, push the button, push the button. That Final Fantasy 7 remake crap is nothing but retcon fanfic slop for the non-gamers who don't want to play a video game and they just want to ship characters and be gay and watch cutscenes all day. I'm sick of it. Clair Obscura Expedition 33 is what Final Fantasy should have been a long time ago. It's what they should have evolved into. But what did they do? They tried to appeal to the Western market, and they thought that the Western market all wanted baby down easy games with pretty cutscenes, and that's it. No substance, no difficult gameplay, no accomplishment feeling that you get when you accomplish a difficult gameplay segment. Oh, modern gamers don't like turn-based anymore. Not that Kingdom Hearts was ever turn-based when I'm talking about that, but come on, we know that Kingdom Hearts 3 was a massive downgrade from Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2. And I am talking as a Kingdom Hearts fan from back in the day. I absolutely loved 1, 2, and Chain of Memories. But Kingdom Hearts 3, as long of a wait as that was, I couldn't do it. I could not do it. Now they've announced Kingdom Hearts 4 and people in the comments are like, please, can Sora just rest? Please. It looks like garbage. Okay, let's go ahead and dive into this video. So we have here, Phantom Pulse brings us this article, which I'll take a look at. But then we also have Razor Fizz, who said here, 9 years ago, Square Enix blamed their Western studios, such as Eidos and IO Interactive, for the company's problems. 3 years ago, they sold those studios, solving those problems, and a string of underperforming Japanese titles later, now they're rebooting the entire company. So the problem wasn't inherently these Western studios. So I will say, Eidos, Crystal Dynamics, all of that, the Tomb Raider IP, incredibly mismanaged. And that I don't even blame Square Enix for. I blame Crystal Dynamics for all of that. So I do think that selling those companies was the move. But I think that they have put way too much of an emphasis on trying to appeal to the Western market with their Japanese titles. And look what happened, because everybody who's trying to appeal to the Western market and everybody who's copying off of what modern Western AAA game developers are doing are not seeing the profits that they need to see. First of all, because they have massive budgets in these games that just glorify cutscenes over everything else. Everything is just turning into this gay fanfic ships, all this stuff. It's like, why would anyone play Final Fantasy VII Remake over the actual Final Fantasy VII game? I tried with the Final Fantasy VII Remake. I gave it a fair shot, like 15 or 20 hours or something like that. I could not do it. I was ready to just rip my ears off. I was sick of it. I was sick of, oh, another cutscene? Oh, another slow walk segment while characters banter back and forth? Oh, this gameplay is not cutting it. It is not making enduring all of this cutscenes worth it. Cutscenes are supposed to happen as a reward after you have accomplished some compelling gameplay, right? Then you're like, oh yeah, a cutscene. Let's watch this. But when the gameplay just does not have enough substance, then it's like, wait, why am I watching all these cutscenes right now? And let's be real, Final Fantasy VII Remake is a retcon fanfic. That's all it is. It is a fanfic, and it's gay. I said what I said. People don't like it. I don't care. I said what I said. All right, so let's go ahead and dive into this video. Square Enix announced a 3-year plan to reboot and awaken the company in order to achieve long-term growth. And this is the thing, is what fans have been saying too, is like, whenever Square Enix is like, oh, we're going to try to appeal to the West. We're going to try to appeal to the West. And then meanwhile, gamers in the West are saying, no, please don't. Do what was working. Focus on those JRPG titles and what we loved from the past. Now, look, I ain't gonna say that some of the stuff they've made hasn't been fun. I had fun with Final Fantasy 15. That was a long wait, thinking that back when it was called Versus 13, and thinking that it was never gonna see the light of the day, and then it did, and it was very exciting to see that they actually finished the game, and even in its discombobulated mess, there was still an enjoyment factor there, and the characters were charming, and so on and so forth. But let's be real. Gameplay just plummeted to the floor after Final Fantasy 12. Final Fantasy 13, another one of those games I was excited for and I couldn't even get through because it's like X, 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 X. Is this all we're doing here? I mean, and look at what Claire Obscura Expedition 33 did. Obviously, some big, heavy inspirations from Final Fantasy, and that's what Final Fantasy should have evolved into. The turn-based combat, the implementation of the dodge and parry mechanics to make the actual defensive element of the game more engaging, right? And their just approach visually, story-wise, all of that. Fantastic. I mean, this is, when I play Expedition 33, it's like, oh, this is what I imagined back when I was playing, like, Final Fantasy X, when the era that it was new. This is what I imagined the future of Final Fantasy would be like. Little did I know that it was all gonna go downhill. All right, so in the company's new medium-term business plan, Square Enix shared its plans to optimize development costs, which I've been saying this. I've been saying, can these companies stop putting hundreds of millions of dollars into these games and prioritizing cutscenes and mocap and all this? Put more attention onto good gameplay. Okay? Because gamers still exist. I don't care how much they want to pretend like and how much these big studios want to pretend like gamers don't exist anymore and that the mainstream cutscene watchers, that's all they care about, that represents gamers. It doesn't. Gamers who actually want a challenge and who want good, intuitive gameplay exist. Feed us, please. We don't care about all the fancy bells and whistles. We don't need hundreds of millions of dollars in budget. Again, I'm going to use this as an example, but Expedition 33 has proved that, right? And the normies and cutscene watchers, and that's all they care about, they can still play these games because there's a story mode available to them. But don't cater the entire industry to them. That's my thing. Some people get offended when I say this, oh, but I work really hard and I just want something easy. Well, good. But we don't want the entire gaming industry pandering to you. The gaming industry needs to look at its market, and the market being actual gamers who want good gameplay. If you're just a cutscene watcher and you want to sit like a vegetable and not have to do anything in your game, that's fine. Good for you. Bravo. But let's not have all these games pandering to that audience, because let's be real, that's not actually real gamers. You may enjoy the medium, and that's awesome, and you're welcome. But we know there's a difference between that type of gamer versus those who actually like video games for the gameplay element, right? Okay? So, no, I'm not saying that those who like actual real gameplay are better than those who just want to watch cutscenes. We're not better people. It's a video game. We're nerds. But video games should be video games. Yeah. Crazy concept, right? All right, so optimize development costs. Okay, we've been saying this. Please, so that you don't have to have the expectation of, oh, this has to globally sell millions and millions and millions of copies so that we can recoup our cost. Like, if you're actually appealing to gamers, then and you are actually optimizing your budgets because you are putting more attention on gameplay and stuff, which doesn't even cost as much as all these fancy cutscenes all the time. And mind you, Expedition 33 had beautiful cutscenes, and they didn't have to have a massive budget. So just saying, release titles on multiple platforms instead of opting for exclusivity, okay, and expanding its overseas sales. Okay, make good games, and they will sell. Make good games. Optimize that budget. Focus on good gameplay. Focus on the actual gamers instead of the shippers and the fanfics and the gay stuff and the this and the that and the other. Okay. In optimizing companies' development costs, Square Enix revealed that it decided to discontinue development of some titles and invest additional funds in titles that require refinement, thereby steadily implementing a strategy of selecting and concentrating development resources. Now, let's actually look at Square. And when you think about Square Enix, let's look at some of their like recent titles, right? And their recent titles, look what was good. Octopath Traveler. That didn't have to have this crazy monumental budget. I would be extremely curious to see the ROI on that versus something like a Final Fantasy VII remake that cost a butt ton of money. Okay? So specifically, the company has cut development costs by nearly 50%. Good. Okay? So while it is working to keep costs down, it has also adopted a multi-platform release strategy for a number of games, including Final Fantasy VII Remake, Intergrade to Nintendo Switch, Bravely Default, Flying Fairy, Switch 2. We saw that announcement. All right, so it's working on its multi-plat strategy. I just want to see the games focus on gamers, and I want to see less emphasis on massive budgets, less emphasis on cutscenes all the time. And I know people act like because I say I'm sick of cutscenes constantly, that means I don't want a story. That's not true. I love Expedition 33 so far that I've played, and that clearly has a really good story, but there's a way to do it. Whenever the story is the main focus of the game and it takes precedence over the gameplay, that's when I have an issue. In most modern games, that has been the case. Modern AAA games. That's just plain and simple the case, and it's frustrating, and that's why people are playing older games more than they're playing newer games. But I made a whole video on how Expedition 33 could save the gaming industry, and I truly believe it, because if more companies adopt that kind of strategy with making games, then we could possibly get out of this casual pit of shippers and cutscene watchers that's all they want, right? And the gaming industry can actually target and try to please the actual gamers, right? And appease the actual gamers. And then the casuals can still chill with their story modes. It's fine. We just don't want the industry catering to them. All right, so there you have it for this video. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today. As always, if you want me to read the Bible to you, you can check out my Bible channel at Bible Time with Melanie Mack, where I have the entire Bible up there, and I will be uploading more videos daily. Here in a couple weeks, I will be back with daily devotionals and Bible topics and so on and so forth. So thank you all again for watching. I will catch you next time. In the meantime, go boom.